Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jay, and today's video is about our daily bread, and it is Friday. It is Friday. We made it through the week. Amen. It's July 26, 2019, and the title of today's reading is Making Things Whole. In the documentary Look and See, a portrait of Wendell Berry, an author, Berry spoke of how divorce describes the state of our world. We are divorced from one another, from our history, and from the land. Things that should be whole are split apart. When asked what we should do about this sad fact, Berry said, "We can't put everything back together. We just take two things and put them together. We take two things broken apart and make them one again." Blessed are the peacemakers, Jesus tells us. To make peace is to bring shalom, and shalom refers to the world being set right. One theologian describes shalom as universal, flourishing, wholeness, and delight. It's the way things ought to be. Shalom is taking what's broken and making it whole. As Jesus guides, we strive to make things right. He calls us to be peacemakers, to be the salt of the earth and the light of the world. There are many ways to be a peacemaker in the world, but with each other, may we engage brokennesses rather than surrendering to it. In God's power, let's choose not to follow a friendship to die, or let struggling neighborhood languish, or the yield to apathy and isolation. Let's look for the broken pieces, trusting God to give us the wisdom and the skill to participate in making them whole again. The first question today is, what are two things you're aware that need to be brought back together? And number two, it reads, how might God be calling you to participate in making them whole? I think the first thing that just came into my mind, the file cabinet had opened up and boom, there it was. It's, it states in the very beginning, divorce is a wicked thing. Going through a divorce is like going through a death. You're losing a part of yourself. There is a reason why you married them. At one time you had or have loved them. And you'll always love them, even though there is something in there. And I know that's hard to swallow, that pill. Even though I don't agree with some of the choices that my ex-husband had done, but he is the father of my children, and I love him for that, for being the father of our children. Being a peacemaker, I always, whenever I worked in restaurants or retail or anything like that, any form, I was always sent out to be the peacemaker. Whenever there's a complaint, Jay, go take care of that. And it comes down to it where I enjoyed the challenge, and the challenge was to hear what's being said and allow the individual spew out what is upsetting them. And there are many times where they are so angry or so irate, it's not really dealing with what is happening in front of them, or it's more or less dealing what they're not talking about. I'm a very patient and calm individual when someone's yelling at me, and I have learned over the years not to take it personal, because we just don't know what part of their journey they're on. Now, going through a separation or a divorce, and you have children involved, you get remarried, there's a blended family. and there's a bonus mom involved or a bonus dad. And that, I hate the word step, but the bonus. I know my children, they're very, very guarded because of what not knowing my husband. And I would never ever want to shove something down someone's throat. That's not who I am. And it's a situation where I have to be the peacemaker, meaning there's times where you have to communicate between the two of them so there's an understanding. And then there's times that you need to bring it together for them to be comfortable enough to speak to each other, knowing, okay, maybe they are listening, maybe they do hear what I'm needing, or what I'm needing to say. It comes. Let me get Ginger. Okay. No. Okay. Hey Ginger, do you want to come? Come on, babies. I just need to get my baby. I'm sorry. Come on. Come on. It's okay. Want mommy to pick you up? Oh my goodness. Come here. Come here. Oh, girl. Hey, girl. I love you. I love you. So on that note, what are two things you're aware of that need to be brought back together? I think it's a situation where I hate to say it needs to be done. It doesn't need to be done because it's going to be on their time, their schedule. And I don't ever want to force something on anybody, you know. But I can't enable them both, if that makes sense. I can't always be the middle guy. I can help, meaning I can listen. I can and sometimes help translate what's trying to be said situation. But it comes down to a point where I've had to be the translator in many, many ways to have it come together. I understand the word divorce is wicked. It really is, in many, many levels. And you okay? You want to go down? Go ahead, babies. Good girl. But that doesn't make it as that you're done. I do remember when I was separated, and it's like my whole life had changed and I didn't know who I was. And it's that time for you to know who you are as an individual and what you should and not allow. And so I've had to divorce myself from certain individuals or remove myself from certain things so I can accept it in later on situations. How might God be calling you to participate in making them whole? You know, it's just happened recently between my daughter and my husband. It's the age, it's communication, it's maturity, it's dealing with one becoming humbled and the other one becoming humbled too. And being the peacemaker and making sure that this is not me, it's God working through me. And it's a very beautiful thing. And it also is a blessing for the fact that I want the other parties to see each other without me painting the picture or me trying to set up the situation. Charles knows I'm recording. Hey, ladies. Oh my goodness. No, we don't do that to Charles. Bluesies. Blues. Okay, thank you. They're like children. They're just like children. So I am so happy to have both of them. Hello, sir. Both of them. How are you? How are you? You know, you're on cue. You are on cue today. Both of them to communicate. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, now let's not knock over the camera. Okay. So on that note, that is how, well, the way I've had to be the peacemaker is there has been a situation where Ray was called upon to help in a situation for Miss Princess, and it was a very humbling experience, and she saw him in a different light, and I think the respect was grown, and it was that barrier is now down, and it's God working through that, and oh, I love you. Working through that, and I can't ignore him. Can you see him? What are you doing, Charles? Working through that. So being the peacemaker has different levels, and you have to learn when you are the peacemaker when to step back and allow them to finish the situation. And that is, God is then giving them both wisdom and knowing how to communicate to each other positively. So I hope this one made sense. Making things whole, having a relationship from a divorce, and then another individual coming in, and as I said, you know, this man isn't replacing your daddy. He's just a bonus Ray. And and that's just what we need to remember, you know. We're not replacing, we're just mending situations. So yeah. Is that, do we need to say the prayer? Do we need to say the prayer? Yes, we need to say the prayer. Okay, let's say the prayer. There are many broken things around me, God. I don't know where to begin. Will you show me where to start? Yeah. Just say a simple prayer. Be careful, baby. Say a simple prayer of individuals around you that are having a very, very difficult time. Will help, won't it? Yeah. Does that sound good? Yeah? You okay? Yes, Sir Charles. He's my tuxedo kitty. No, you can't play with this one. No, I love you. So on that note, with all of the beautiful distractions we've had today, he is a hoot. You gotta love Charles. He knows it is reading time. Our daily bread. He's always here with us. If not, he's a little late. But today you're on track, right? Yeah. So, thank you for your patience. Making things whole again. Today's reading, blessed are the peacemakers. Who was your peacemaker? Who is your peacemaker in your life? Thank God for them. Because there are times where we don't see anything good coming out of a situation, and there is good. And that's where the peacemaker is going to come in and reveal it to you. So, on that note, be good to yourself, be good to others, for we do not know what part of the journey they're on. I have cat hair everywhere. It is Friday. I'm not sure I'm going to have Saturday, and the reasoning I might. Oh, I don't know. Ray and I are going to go to Las Cruces, and we are going to be taking out a co-worker's and his wife, and I'm not sure if his father's not doing very well, so we want to take them out and have them escape for a while, take them for lunch, and let them know we're praying for them, because it's difficult when you have a friend or a family member who is going through a health situation. Is it? Oh, let me see him. Charles? Charles. 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 Charles, you gonna say goodbye? Yeah, he said goodbye. We love you guys. Until next time. Should be Saturday or Sunday. Maybe it'll be late Saturday. Thank you guys.